Welcome to part 9 of the Bob video guide, this time covering the package. First I want to discuss something that is commonly mistaken for a Bob. This is a Banshee that spawns during the final segment of the level, then quickly despawns. For some time, this was believed to be a Bob. However, killing this Banshee does not award the daily challenge for a Bob kill. Furthermore, mission designer Dan Miller had this to say about the Banshee. I think that's pretty clear.
Tango! Coming from the pad! And the garage! Double time at 6, come on!
So, the first Bob in this mission spawns in the courtyard as you return to Sword Base. If you'll recall, this is very close to where some Bobs spawned in the third mission. I'm not sure if this symmetry was intentional. As you can see, we're back to the old Golden Elite Ranger variety of Bob. Taking this guy out on Legendary can be tough, but there's a pretty easy way to get past all the enemies guarding him.
Anytime, Noble 6. Get inside the base.
After you've taken out all the enemies guarding the gate to Sword Base, hop out of the tank and into one of the ghosts, conveniently just laying around. Don't worry about time, as this Bob doesn't spawn until you're well inside of Sword Base.
And the garage! Double time at 6, come on!
The strategy here is pretty simple. Use the ghost to boost past the many enemies that would normally be between you and Bob, and then take him out. If you want to hop out and noob combo him, you can, but it's not hard to just run him over. Watch out for armor lock, though. The next Bob in this mission is easily one of the hardest Bobs in the game to kill.
Up the ramp and to the right.
When you return to the Sword Base atrium, which is where the other Oni Bob spawned, this guy is waiting on the far side of the room and spawns directly in front of the door to the next area. Unfortunately, you have a gaggle of Spec Ops elites, an elite general, and an engineer between you and him. The standard strategy for dealing with this room, which is just to hang back and take out enemies one at a time, will not work. By the time you get through, Bob will be long gone. Interestingly, this difficulty was intentional. Dan Miller explained that he wanted the community to solve the problem, and there wasn't necessarily a best solution. For my strategy, you'll need an energy sword. Luckily, there's one at the bottom of the stairwell that precedes this area. Take out all the enemies in the stairwell, then drop down and grab the sword before moving on. With sword in hand, it's a blitz to the other side of the room. The sword lunge will give you a little boost if any enemies get in your way, and I definitely recommend sprint to make it in time. This is still a pretty unreliable strategy. More often than not, the elites will load you with plasma. Once you've made it across, you can let your shields recharge and then go for the general. When he's out of the way, rush the Bob. His melee can do a lot of damage, so try to circle around behind him. Alternately, I've had some luck going on the right side of the room. If you're incredibly lucky, the enemies will spawn in this exact pattern. Notice that the elite on the left is looking right at me, but doesn't see me. However, his friend will take notice if you sprint by, so take him out. Same goes for the other elite and the general. The real issue with this path is you won't draw two Spec Ops elites out of the room. Dealing with them can be problematic, but if you're lucky, you can slice and dice the entire room. Good luck. Dan Miller also pointed out that you can jump into the room through the window. There's 3 ways I know of to do this, which you can see here. The problem with this is that it will draw fire from everyone in the room. In this video, I'm doing this after killing all of the elites. Try these methods at your own risk.
Keep it up, Noble!
The third and final Bob for this mission is, luckily, much simpler. He spawns in with the last wave as you're defending the lab. Note that this is the only Bob who arrives in a Phantom dropship.
More Covenant! Get your defenses ready, 6!
This particular Bob doesn't do anything too unusual, although he is relatively aggressive. Once he sees you, he'll more or less charge in your direction. Nonetheless, after a short time, he'll disappear.
We'll make short work of these targets. Keep it up. Turret recharging. Enemy hit. That's a kill. Direct hit.
Make this one easy by storing a ghost near the lab doors. When you hear Carter say,
More Covenant. Get your defenses ready, 6.
it's time to move out. Hop in the ghost and head over here. When the Bob drops down, splatter him. The Phantom drops a Wraith shortly after Bob, so make sure you get to cover. Generally, the Wraith won't turn around to fire on you. Well, that's it for this level. Follow the link in the description to check out the Bob video guide thread on Halo Waypoint, and stop by next time where I'll show you how to take out all 2 Bobs in the level Pillar of Autumn. Thanks for watching.